Intro. It's nothing wrong with following your dreams. The only thing that matters is the people that you impact. When you die, content is the only thing you can leave behind. If you're not inspiring other people, what are you doing here? Sometimes you just gotta find that motivation within. You gotta want it bad enough, man. I feel like happiness is more important than money. What are you actually passionate about? Hey, what's the deal, y'all? So I'm back with another one. Just wanted to check in with you guys, man. I wanted to talk about what's been my healthy obsession as of lately. Also want to talk about just kind of what I've been up to as far as, just where my mindset been, the kind of work I've been doing, and just new industry practices that I've come across that could be helpful to some people. Definitely want to start with this thing right here, this little device, which is called a crypto wallet. And I don't know what's happening to me. I've been so obsessed with this cryptocurrency space thing as of lately. And I'm just trying to figure out what the future looks like, man, because, a part of me, I'm also focused on happiness, fulfillment, and giving value to other people. But at the same time, I know I live in a world where things are happening around me. And so for me to sit up and ignore these new innovations that's coming to earth and making life more efficient for all people is extremely ignorant. And so this is why I love apps like Clubhouse, Twitter, Reddit, because you got somewhere where you can go feel a part of a community almost instantly. In my family, it's not a lot of people who understand what's going on with micro or macroeconomics. I'm not the biggest economical freak, but I am just starting to do a lot more research and learn that there are things that's happening that we need to be aware of if we want to ultimately position ourselves for better futures for our families. And so last night I watched a crypto documentary with this old lady, and this lady was at multiple conferences, is going back and forth talking about blockchain, and it's like, lady, you about to be dead in maybe 3 to 4 years. Like, why? Where do you? And you got to check myself, right? It's like, just because she is an older lady, don't mean she can't still leave her impact while she's here. But I just thought that was huge. To see somebody her age really out here trying to help the world move forward, and leave it in better hands. And so I haven't been encouraging nobody to invest in any type of cryptocurrency that they haven't done their own research on, because I think once you dive into what this stuff actually is and you realize that it is the future, whether we want it or not, you'll take it more serious and you'll force yourself to educate yourself a little bit more, which is the thing that I recommend. So if any of y'all seen what happened last week with GameStop, that was pretty interesting. It was a pretty interesting event. And it's going to be some consequences for that. From what I'm hearing, there's a bunch of guys on Reddit who got band together to put, some pressure on these Wall Street guys and these hedge fund corporations, who decided to short GameStop and various other stocks out there. So what unfolded just kind of made more room for the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and Bitcoin space, because people are yearning for something that's more decentralized, something that's not controlled by one single entity. When you think about a social media platform that isn't run by anybody, it's just available. A lot of people hate Mark Zuckerberg. A lot of people hate Jack Dorsey for kicking Trump off Twitter and stuff like that. Well, if we move social media to blockchain, there is going to be no more middleman to tell you, hey, you can't say this or you can't do this. However, there will be incentive programs in place to kind of control the behavior a little bit. So for instance, what if I could earn money every time my post got likes, shares, and comments? That will be huge if I'm getting paid just to create content. And so that's an incentive-based system right there. Maybe I create content that you enjoy watching, and so maybe I deserve to get a little bit of monetary energy for the value that I'm bringing. And so once we navigate into this new blockchain world, that's going to be the reality. People are going to get paid more monetary energy for the value that they're bringing forward in just a more digital landscape. That's all it is, right? Just moving our money to the internet where nobody can hack it or control it. And so that's why I've been obsessed with these crypto wallet thingies. Take a look at this one by Ledger. Yeah, man. This is obvious. This is what I'm hearing is the best form of security. It's going to be the only asset. These digital assets are the only thing that you can pass down generations and don't have to worry about some government coming to confiscate it or take it away from you or tax it away from you and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, other than that, it's weird. As a videographer lately, I've been getting booked for more photo shoots and stuff like that. Obviously, it's forced me to learn more about photography, which I'm starting to enjoy a lot more too, surprisingly. I love photography now. Like I used to be intimidated by it because I didn't know what to look for. You know, when you hand somebody at the party your phone say, hey, take this picture of us, the first thing they say is, I'm not a photographer. We get that, bro. Take the picture. But knowing what to look for now, you just start to pick up that confidence. You like, shit, I got this. Nah, I can do this. But yeah, I've been getting booked for, you know, more photo shoots, giving me opportunity to be more creative and learn more and expand more, give more value to people. But I think I'm starting to like really fall out of love with like things like music videos in particular. I think what encouraged me to make videos at first, I just saw the value that it was bringing to my family and, you know, my closest friends. And so I'm like, damn, it feels good to be able to bring them this value. So that's why I originally got into it, seeing how happy it made them. And obviously I was being compensated for it, but it wasn't the type of compensation that you can go on to the next level with. It's no secret music videos don't make that much money in 2020, 2021. I seen a Clubhouse room that said music videos should start at $100,000. And obviously, you know, they was kind of exaggerating it, but it's just crazy the type of quality that most of these artists are expecting for the shoestring budgets that they're working with. And so my goal is I don't care about the money, like, and I keep trying to, you know, get people to you know, stop focusing on the money when it comes to something that you're passionate about, because as long as you focus on giving value first, money is going to follow that value. And so I try to keep my mind on like, okay, what's the value prop in this for this person? And if you're gonna send me a trash song that I'm about to shoot a video to you for, I'm doing both of us a disservice. I know you ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere, but your money is going somewhere. It's going in my pocket. And so I don't care about that in particular. Like, if a project that we're working on can't potentially get us both to the next level, what are we doing? We wasting time there. So I'm not with that. Like, I'm not with just taking people money because it's so easy. Like, I actually shot a music video a couple weeks ago, and I sat down with the artist and I told him like, look, with this budget, I honestly won't be able to spend a lot of time on it. But since I know you, I love you, and I care about you, I'm gonna help you out. He was okay with it. And so I didn't put a lot of real effort into the project, but I made sure I gave more value than I was compensated for. And he loved it. That was the slap in the face. You know, I tried to make it, you know, I didn't want him to actually look at it and say, okay, yeah, I can tell you didn't spend a lot of time on this, but if only he knew what I could have truly created had I had a little bit more time to work on it, meaning he would have to, you know, put up a higher budget, but giving me more time to work on it, I would have been able to create something that would last it in his memories forever, like something you'll never forget. Most videos you watch, you're like, okay, that was cool. You're not watching that video again. But if I create something memorable enough, you're gonna watch it once a month, once a year. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be a thing you kind of just go back to. So I'm trying to get everything together here. It's been dope lately. I gotta definitely admit that. Just kind of having that peace of mind to work and you know, mainly meditate. I had my boy ask me like, so what's your schedule been like, man? What do you do? And I'm like, well, most of the time, man, I'm in my office. I'm brainstorming. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what's next. Warren Buffett sometimes sits in his office for about 6 hours, he said, just thinking. He said sometimes it's very unproductive, but in his world, it's what he do, and sometimes we feel it's necessary. So just been having that space that we all need, you know, that you gotta create some type of distance between you and most of those distractions in your life. And if you're not there right now, you'll get there at some point. But so just, you know, appreciate every moment of that. Another topic I wanted to hit on was insecurities. This is something I talk about a lot, but I've been just seeing how it affects people in real time. Like, I've been trying to encourage more people to, you know, to get on Clubhouse and find a community that they can interact with and bring value to. And I noticed that it's really the same issue with most people. I'm not exempt from it exactly, even though I believe that just because there's fear in your heart, that don't mean you're not bravery, because bravery doesn't mean that fear is absent. Bravery is the presence of fear, but you do the thing anyway. And so, you know, when I get on these apps, or, you know, when I decide I'm gonna get on these panels and speak to these people that I don't even know, the only thing I'm reminding myself is that it doesn't matter if I'm nervous or if I'm afraid, because there is an entity inside of us that we don't necessarily control that's going to try to attack you any chance that it pretty much gets. And so, you know, one of my buddies is a very successful businessman, and I'm trying to tell him like, yo, come on Clubhouse, you're gonna love it, and the value that you can bring and all the information that you have. And he like, I haven't done that yet, man. I can't get on there. I And deep down, I know it's just, like I said, it's just feeling invalid inside. Like, yeah, my experiences ain't enough to help nobody, man. I ain't nobody. I shouldn't be talking. Who am I? I ain't done shit. But the reality is that all of us have a voice for a reason, right? Whether or not you use that voice is going to, it's going to be on you. But I think at the end of the day, we don't know if today is the last day for us. We want to be optimistic about the future, of course. I know if today just randomly happened to be that last day, I'm grateful for all the things that I did have the nerve to say when I didn't feel valid enough to actually say it. And so all of these pieces of content that I have sitting out here can speak for me when I can't speak for myself. There's nothing more valuable than that. And so me just trying to get that through to people, it's like, yo, you might have made a mistake 5 years ago, and that very mistake is about to be made by a million other people, but you have the chance to cut that learning curve in half in 10 minutes with one conversation on one app. And so not a lot of people see the power in that. What you leave behind in this world is obviously more important than what you take away from it. So I think using these opportunities to give and leave something behind of value is the most important thing, man. Other than that, like I said, I've just been pretty much just obsessed with how I can try to plug my business into this new economy that we're getting ready to shift into. And I don't know when the shift is gonna happen. I know 2021 has been an interesting year so far, and it's not even been here that long. But y'all remember last year when January was a hell of a month. Felt like a whole year in 1 month. And so if y'all can see, this year is already starting with that bullshit. So obviously with my mindset, everything I learned from Wallace and the Science of Getting Rich, which I definitely recommend you checked out if you haven't already. Everything I'm learning, man, this universe is working for me. And so I'm grateful to know that. I'm grateful to know that whatever this fluke coronavirus shit is, all worked out in my favor. And it's helping me get closer to the goal that I've been envisioning for myself somehow, some magical way. This is literally how I think. So, but yeah, watching it all just unfold. I also seen a room the other day on Clubhouse that talked about why don't black millionaires speak on here? Why aren't we seeing rooms with black millionaires? And a very interesting topic was brought up. Somebody mentioned the fact that as black people, we have to kind of go over the top to convince people that we actually are millionaires or we have money. We have to show them receipts and cars and clothes and jewelry. And I think the culture from that standpoint is completely broken. How do we create a new environment or a new culture where the material things is no longer the validation? How do we create a culture where what you bring to the table is the validation? And I think, like I said, with everything that's happening, blockchain, the world going more decentralized and digital, I think that's the shift that we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see more people have to bring value to the table in order to take monetary gain home. And so I'm just ranting at this point, man, but it felt good to just come out and speak because it's been a while for me personally. But I know it's always somebody out there that just need it, just want you to keep rambling. Like, yo, don't go away. Just like, I just want to keep hearing your voice. Like, don't stop. And so I'm very, very mindful of that when I'm on these panels too in Clubhouse, like, because a lot of people over there is just long-winded and it's like, nobody want to hear your life story, bro. Bring value and get out. Like, what are you doing? And so I often keep my responses really, really short because less is more. And so if somebody really care about you, they're going to find out a way to get in touch with you or find more of your content or hear more about you. So I feel like Clubhouse should be used for small, short responses. And if people fuck with you, if they like you, they'll go back to your YouTube or your Instagram or whatever, wherever you running your mouth at. So just be mindful of stuff like that, if you are trying to figure out how to navigate that environment. Only speak when you know what the hell you're talking about. And so I only go on there and talk about topics I know off the back of my hand, which is, mindset shift, spirituality and stuff like that, fulfillment. These are my favorite topics. The fact that failure is amazing. I actually tweeted a picture like that the other day, put a picture on Instagram where this guy told me on Clubhouse that failure was not important. Blew my fucking mind. I thought that was an interesting conversation. Man, all this shit is necessary. Like, you have to fail. You have to fuck up to figure out what you're doing wrong. Like, it's literally just guiding you. Like, nobody comes out the womb amazing at something. You're gonna fall off that bike at least one time. Even if that's the only time you fall off, you're gonna fall off at least once. And so the fact that my shirt says nobody cares is it's the biggest truth of them all, because we often want our stories to be heard by everybody, and we just want to kind of make ourselves seem like the center of the universe, and we not. Like, it's other people around you, man. It's other people going through the same thing. And so what contribution are you bringing to the marketplace? Like Like, what's your contribution to people, to mankind, to society, if you have one at all? I know it's a lot of people that's about to be like looking for jobs over this next decade, and it's just about to get so interesting, man, and seeing how just the new economy is going to shape people's mindset as far as building an actual skill for themselves. Because I met an old man who just walked up to me the other day. I'm getting in my car. This man just walked up to me out of nowhere like, "Hey, excuse me, sir. I see you with a camera. What do you do?" I'm like, "Well, I'm a YouTuber and I just make videos." And so he's like, "Wow, you young guys got this tech thing by the horn, man." And I was like, "How old are you?" He told me he was 57. And so I'm like, "Man, that ain't no excuse, man. I know people older than you out here crushing it. Like, you know, figured out how to navigate this tech environment, and they out here building a personal brand." I'm like, "What do you do? What have you been doing?" He said he pretty much recently just got fired from his job as a truck driver. And I thought about it. You know, he said he had been doing trucking for 20 years. And I'm like, shit, man, if I've been doing that for 20 years, you more than likely haven't took the time out to build you a skill on the side that belongs to you, like your own personal skill. Because driving the truck, you know, yeah, man, if you spend time, too much time at a 9 to 5, you know, you don't even realize that you're not learning the skill. It almost becomes too late. You're like, damn, I got good at the wrong stuff. That mindset is gonna creep up that it's too late, but I'm one of the people, I don't think it's ever too late, man. Look, if all else fails, start a podcast. Pull out your phone, turn on a recorder. You don't have to show your face. Talk. Pour your heart out. Post the shit. It's really, really simple. Like, I've even given people this strategy a long time ago. Gary gave it to me. Like, look, man, just talk, and start you a anonymous YouTube channel. You don't have to show your face. Just talk. Say how you feel, post it, put it out there. Sometimes you just need that release from saying what's just kind of been built up or bottled up for so long. And so I just encourage people to go do it more. If all else fails, like if you don't have no other contribution to give to the world, talk about your experiences, talk about your failures, talk about your fuck ups. That is literally, you have no clue how much value that brings to other people. Just talking about the mistakes that you made in life literally brings value in a proportion that you cannot imagine. Like, I can tell y'all a mistake I made right now, and I guarantee it gives y'all value. But I'm getting ready to wrap this video up, so I ain't gonna go there, but you get what I'm saying, right? So just like, be more transparent, because you are helping people. My buddy who feel like, you know, he's not a successful enough businessman because he ain't where he want to be, I'm like, bro, all of the failures and fuck ups that you had that led you to where you are now is gonna be treasure for other people, and you being selfish by holding that back from other people. And so, like I said, man, if you don't have nothing else to give, nothing else, just talk about what didn't go right. You know, talk about what you learned on this journey, what hypothesis you've come to now, like where are you now? So this where I'm at, like, I haven't made it. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, and I just want to keep encouraging people to stay humble, like, just because, like, I don't care like how far I make it, like, I'm gonna make sure that I always keep a level of humility and always remain down to earth, because I'll never forget where I came from. And you know, where I came from obviously played a big part in shaping to who I am, but I'm never gonna forget these things. So I encourage you to stay humble, and no matter how big you think you get or how far you think you're going, just don't ever let it get to your head, because you know, things can always change. But that's it for this one, y'all. Like I said, if you haven't already, make sure y'all check out that Science of Getting Rich course. You're gonna love it. Other than that, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.